a lot of work happen on skill development, and that's perhaps very important in terms of people getting their employment. We also are looking at a situation where, we are seeing youth come in from villages to cities. It's been happening over the years, but still about 65% of our economy is based, or population is dependent on agriculture. If you have to see all this rapid change happen, if the demographic dividend has to actually yield results, we will have to see our skill development programs ramp up drastically, and also our cities better placed to receive these huge populations of people who are coming in, whichever part of the country you look at.
No, it's an important question, because by 2047, India will be providing 30% of the skilled manpower to the world. And that is why skilling has been laid such a focus in both by the Skill Development Ministry and also by the new educational policy. The important thing is that we need to change much of our course curriculum in many of our colleges and universities, so that we need about 1 million plus product developers, we need prompt engineers, we need data scientists, we need machine learners, we need artificial intelligence engineers. These are in short supply. The demand is for new cutting-edge areas of growth, and therefore, in all these new areas of growth, we need to produce many more, data scientists, machine learners, artificial engineers, so that we are able to provide them not merely for our startups and for our corporates, but also for the world community. Those are the areas where the world will grow in the coming years. Those are all sunrise areas of growth. You need a huge amount of expertise and knowledge now for artificial intelligence, for battery storage, for electric vehicles. Our course curriculum needs to be restructured for that.
Yeah, and the sectors that you particularly mentioned, how can we drive that manufacturing growth is, of course, been an issue of much debate. Are these PLI schemes enough? What more needs to be done to drive that kind of manufacturing growth that perhaps would take the economy that much further, in your view?
So let me first of all say that the production-linked incentive scheme was aimed at only one objective, and that was to produce global champions. Because India needs many more large companies. We need 10,000 more large companies. When large companies, big companies come in, they produce their own chain of tier 2, tier 3, tier 4 manufacturers. When Maruti happened, you had 10,000 more tier 2, tier 3 manufacturers who become supplier to Maruti. And therefore, it's very important that we have large companies, because they will then create the tier 2, tier 3 manufacturers. Second important thing is that Indian companies should not look at the domestic market of India. The market is not just India, the market is the world. We should look at, when an American company starts, they look at the world market. The Chinese company looks at the world market. We should look at the whole world as our market. And therefore, the market is not the 1.4 billion people of India. The market is the 5 billion people of the world. And they are moving from poverty to middle class. Now, India has done a huge amount of disruption at population scale for India. We need to carry our digital public infrastructure. We need to carry all our, new startups like, you look at what we've done in fast payment, what we've done in wealth creation by taking stock market to tier 2, tier 3 cities, what we have done in providing insurance in 1 minute flat on our mobile. Nowhere in the world does this happen. We need to take all this to the world now. Rest of the world must benefit from what India's innovation has done.
Right. You've expressed concerns in the past about US laws subsidizing domestic green hydrogen production. You've called them against being free markets. Also, of course, the increase that the US has geopolitical implications in terms of how it could impact on other countries such as Russia and Saudi Arabia's production. So my question to you is, how do you assess the impact of this on global stability and security?
No, so the important point, Madhav, was that I said this in the context of the world moving from fossil fuel to clean fuel. Now, even if we were to put all our electricity as renewable energy, there are hard to abate sectors like steel, cement, refinery, fertilizer, where you need clean energy. Now, those things can't run on electricity. We import gas, we import fossil fuel worth about $180 billion. Our objective is that we should produce green hydrogen from renewable energy and decarbonize all these sectors like steel, cement, and refinery, etc. The cost of green hydrogen is $4.5. Our ambition is that by the time we become 100, we should bring it down to $1 per kilogram. Now, what has happened in the United States is that they are, through the Inflation Reduction Act, they are doing protectionism by saying that we will support only green hydrogen made in the United States. You can't have decarbonization and climate action across the world if you say that I'm going to support only things which are made in the United States of America. You need a global policy for that, and that will impact green hydrogen in Australia, in Korea, in India. Now, United States is a free market believer, but it is doing protectionism of the highest kind for green hydrogen and for clean technology. It needs to spread out its market across the world to enable the world to produce clean energy.